Hi, welcome to Yvonne Meets Food, where I share my passion for making food, eating food, as well as traveling the world to discover and eat even more food. Welcome back to the third episode of my four-part series of delicious places I found across New York City in 2020 that you absolutely need to try in 2021. We began our journey in Brooklyn, moved our way up to Queens, and in this episode, we're now even further north in the Bronx, where we'll be eating all kinds of delicious, crunchy, and tender bites. Let's get eating! Now we're leaving Queens. We're going all the way north to the Bronx. And so my all-time favorite spot that we discovered in the Bronx, hands down, is most definitely Letto La Piranha. Now this spot is in Mott Haven up in the Bronx, and it's run by a man named Angel Jimenez, and he took over this business from his parents. So this is actually not a brick and mortar restaurant. It's actually run out of a truck that is parked outside a little park in the South Bronx. And he basically works on the weekdays doing a regular day job, and then on the weekends, just because he wants to spread the love and the knowledge of Puerto Rican cuisine, he operates Letto La Piranha and makes whole lechon. Whole roasted suckling pig, super fatty, super crispy and delicious and indulgent skin. And on top of that, he also makes other delicious sides ranging from garlicky and buttery shrimp to plantains to rice and beans. He has a really good variety considering that he is a one-man show. And the way that you know that it's definitely him is that he wields a machete to cut his lechon. So don't mess with him. His food is delicious. You can get a whole plate of delicious lechon for only about $14. So it's definitely a steal. There's almost always gonna be a line if you go on the weekends. He only operates on Saturdays and Sundays. So you'll inevitably have to line up, and the wait is most definitely worth it. He's also just a total sweetheart and is very friendly. He chats up all of his patrons and is just so grateful, especially when he knows that you're traveling from out of the area to see him and try his delicious lechon. Next, we have a Honduran spot that's on our list that's also in Mott Haven. Named after a municipality in the western part of Honduras that borders Guatemala, Ruinas de Copan is a Honduran delight that can be found in the Mott Haven neighborhood of the South Bronx. The menu at this homely restaurant is huge. I couldn't believe how large the selection of dishes was. Since we were on a food crawl, we just got one dish to share. So we had the sopa de mondongo, or the mondongo soup, along with a freshly pureed passion fruit juice. Sopa de mondongo is a soup made from diced tripe that is super slow cooked for hours, along with various vegetables. Here, you can see we have some yuca, carrots, onions, and potato. The soup definitely tasted like it was simmered for hours on end, with a very deep, chickeny, porky flavor, super umami, and the pork just fell off the bone. The tripe was also extremely tender, and it was clear that it was well cleaned and prepared. The passion fruit was also extremely refreshing and tart. We requested that they not add sugar to it, so if you don't want sugar, make sure to tell them no sugar added to your juices. Service was really fast and friendly, and plus, they have indoor as well as outdoor seating. 188 Bakery, Kuchi Frites, is another delicious spot we found in the Fordham Heights area of the Bronx. It's a lively and boisterous spot that oftentimes has lines out the door full of eager and hungry patrons, looking to get their fill on all Puerto Rican things delicious, from rice and beans, pernil, lechon, to endless fried snacks. Kuchi Frites literally means fried pig, though it also generally refers to Puerto Rican-style soul food and the neighborhood takeout spots that sell them. One of the biggest highlights we got from here was alcapurria, which I may be butchering the name of, but it is a popular and ubiquitous fritter in Puerto Rico. Typically, the dough surrounding the meat filling is made from a masa made of mixed green banana. It's also usually seasoned with lard, which of course makes it super rich, annatto for its orangey color, plus garlic and salt. Once filled with minced meat, it is then deep fried to perfection, and it is truly a work of art. It's super crispy and crunchy on the outside, and oh my gosh, it was so satisfying to bite into. And the meat filling literally just spills out. It's extremely moist, it's tender, meaty, super juicy on the inside, really well spiced, and just screaming with rich flavor. This little snack is definitely the opposite of bland. This specific location when we went last autumn was takeout only, so we ate this on the street and I could not have been happier. I almost was tempted to run back in and get another one, or perhaps 10. Kuchi Frites has multiple locations, and its original spot on 116th Street in Harlem has been around for over 50 years now. You must check it out if you have even an inkling for Puerto Rican deliciousness. It's so yummy. Another spot we discovered that actually has multiple locations, but we visited the Fordham Heights location in the Bronx, is called Letto La Piranha del Chicharrón. So chicharrón is basically crispy skinned pork belly, and the chicharrón crunch at Elsa can be heard from miles and miles away. No joke at all. They sell it by the pound, so you can get a small amount by weight if you'd like, or you can go crazy and just get like a huge amount. But it is so delicious. The crunchiness of the skin, even hours later, you can hear it from far away, and it's just perfectly seasoned, has just the right level of saltiness and the right level of fattiness and umami-ness. Now moving up in the Bronx, we're headed to Little Italy along Arthur Avenue, and a favorite spot that we always visit when we're in Little Italy in the Bronx is Tinos Delicatessen. It's very homely inside. There's ample seating area both inside as well as out. And it basically feels like a fusion of a restaurant and a deli. Every time we've gone, we've usually perused the delicious fresh and packaged goods. The gelato there is delicious. Their pistachio gelato is probably one of my all-time favorite pistachios I've ever had, particularly here in New York City. And their espresso is not for the faint of heart. It is all made to order if you have your coffee there. And there's plenty of foods that you can take out to go if you want to prepare your own delicious and authentic Italian meal at home. Another spot that was likely made for tourists and visitors, but always gets me every time I'm along Arthur Avenue, is Calabria Pork Store. So this is also along Arthur Avenue. They are a pork store, no joke. It is all sausages, all different types of pork cuts, so many different types. What did we get? I think we got the peppers and onions that were stuffed in the pork sausage. But you can get the spicy Italian, you can get the sweet Italian sausage. There's so many different sausage varieties. And the thing that really makes it a bit of a tourist spectacle is the fact that they have what they call a sausage chandelier, which is sausages that are hanging from the entire ceiling when you walk in. Lots of great photo ops here. They're also very fast and quick with the service, so you will definitely be in and out of there in no time if you just want to pick up your sausages and go. And the last spot that I really love along Arthur Avenue in the Bronx is Ginos Pastry. So Ginos Pastry has endless different cookies, pastries, sweets that you can think of, all in the delicious Italian style. But my all-time favorite item there is most definitely the cannoli. Super crisp outer shell, filled with lightly sweetened ricotta. It probably, for me, rivals the Villavate Alba ricotta and cannoli that I had in Bensonhurst, but both of them are equally loved. So that wraps up our third episode of my top 10-ish finds that I ate at and loved in the Bronx in 2020 that you should definitely check out in 2021. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what spots I may have missed in the Bronx that I should check out next in the comments below. And if you haven't already, please be sure to check out my Brooklyn and Queens episodes so that you don't miss a bite. Up next, we're headed back to my current borough of residence, Manhattan, for my newest delicious finds in 2020 that you should check out in 2021. Make sure to subscribe for more food, travel, and more cooking. thanks again for watching and hope to see you next time. And don't forget to live yummy.